Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, General Manager at DeMarcoSports.com, as if you didn't know it by now. And this is going to be your Sunday video report. Well, yesterday here on the video report, you should be happy if you watched because I won a perfect 4-0 with the complimentary plays. Couldn't have been any easier. All double-digit winners: Alabama, Connecticut, Kansas, Oakland, 4-0 sweep. Great for you, not so great for me, because my best bet yesterday happened to be Florida State, a single-digit chalk that got crushed at Louisville. And if you followed college basketball this season, you know Louisville sucks. But so much for the best laid plans. Now, what I'm about to say, I'm really talking directly to those of you that actually are customers of mine at DeMarcoSports.com. It has been a great 10-week roll in basketball, NBA and college hoops. But I've now lost 4 straight days. Now, again, 10 weeks versus 4 straight losing days. The key is to stop that losing streak, because the worst type of handicapper you can be following is a guy that goes this way and then goes that way. Crash and burn handicappers. They win a little, they lose a lot. You have to stop 4-day losing streaks before they turn into 14-day losing streaks. I've never been that type of guy who wins a little and then loses big. But the reality is this. One thing, and if you happen to be handicapping games yourself, the takeaway from this is that, I always narrow down a big card to a bushel of games. And then from those games, I pick my best bet. And then games that I always feel that weren't quite good enough to be my premium selection. And I only play and have one play a day released on the site. That's my best bet. The other games, I relegate to free pick status. My methodology is not flawed. The way I'm handicapping games is not flawed. I went 4-0 with the free picks. Hey, I went with Florida State. It happens sometimes. The key is when you hit a losing streak, don't change the way you're handicapping if you had been doing okay. That is the biggest flaw that I've found over the years with gamblers and handicappers alike. They change their methodology. You can't. Don't change the way you do things just because you hit a little bit of a skid, because I guarantee you only one thing will happen: that losing streak will suddenly get longer. So there. Today's card, not that good in college or the NBA. In college hoops, I tell you what, I only have one selection, and it's from one of my favorite conferences this year. And it's going to be in the Horizon League as we go once again. I gave you a winner there yesterday on Oakland, and today I want to take a look at the game between, I almost forgot what the game was. It's going to be the game. I'll tell you, you work all night and sometimes you just can't get going here with these video reports. It's going to be the game between Youngstown State and Purdue Fort Wayne. Youngstown State is a 5-point road favorite in this game that tips off at 2 o'clock Eastern time. The Penguins are on a nice little 7-1 roll. Their only loss coming at Oakland back on about a month ago by 3 points. The straight-up winner in this series has covered 5 straight games. Now, Youngstown State is 17-6 on the season. They won at home in the season's first meeting, 93-85 on January 10th. Purdue Fort Wayne has hit a bump in the road. They're coming off a 3-point home loss to Wisconsin-Milwaukee. They have lost 6 of their last 7. They're only 8-3 at home. Youngstown State is a team that really can put some points on the board, and I like them here. They don't really have a big look-ahead game right now. They next travel to Wisconsin-Milwaukee. The next game is the one that I fear for them as they take on first place Wisconsin-Green Bay. So I do like too many Wisconsins in that damn league. I do like Youngstown State today. The other game I looked at in college, and the only game that I had any interest today in college hoops, to be honest with you, again, it's a very weak card. I thought about Arizona in a big revenge spot, and believe me, the Wildcats have a lot of weight on them today. They're a 17.5-point favorite at home against Stanford. You remember on New Year's Eve, they went to Palo Alto and they lost that game. They got hammered 100-82. But Stanford hasn't exactly played that poorly on the road. one at UCLA, one at Oregon State, currently on this 3-game road trip, which concludes tonight in Tucson. They lost by 2 points at California, and then they rebounded in Tempe with a 9-point win over the suddenly struggling Sun Devils. Say that 3 times quickly. Arizona, a 17.5-point favorite. The thing with Tommy Lloyd's team is that on any given night, they might win by 30, and the next night, they might only win by 6 as a 17-point favorite. And that's my issue with them because the offense is inconsistent and the defense, it's not that good. So, again, Arizona's coming off a 91-65 blowout of California. Now, that's encouraging for me because clearly that a couple of nights ago was the potential trap game looking ahead to this rematch and revenge against Stanford. So, yes, I lean a little toward Arizona, but I think Youngstown State is the better selection. FYI, guys, if you'd like the plays of all the handicappers at the site, you can always get them for free. If you haven't taken advantage of the 2-day free all access pass, you can always do so. Again, if you've never taken advantage of it before, the only way you lose is if you don't take advantage of it because it's absolutely free. You get all the plays of all the handicappers for free today or any 2 days, your choice. Check it out over at DeMarcosports.com. If you ever have any questions, you can always contact customer service. So moving forward, let's take a look at the NBA. That's where my best bet happens to be today. Obviously, I can't tell you what that game is going to be, but there is one game that I am kind of interested in, and that would be Oklahoma City minus the 8.5 points at home against the struggling Toronto Raptors. Now, the Raptors have lost 6 out of 7, 10 out of 12. They're coming off a 135-106 loss at Houston on Friday. I mean, the Rockets just took them to the woodshed, scored 84 points in the paint, shot 59.1%, had 20 fast break points in that game. It was ugly. I mean, it was just ugly. The Thunder, of course, what can I say? I mean, this is a team that's on a 7-2 roll. Of course, one of those 2 losses was one of the games that I backed them. So I don't know. Maybe I put the kibosh on them on that particular night. But they're coming off a 126-106 win at home against Charlotte on Friday. But then again, it was the Charlotte Hornets. It was a game they were up by 31 points at halftime, shot nearly 70% in the first 2 quarters with 36 points in the paint. Does that sound familiar? They were up by 35 points early in the fourth before finally taking their foot off the gas pedal, shot 58.7% for the game. How can you not lay the 8.5 points with the Thunder in this contest? So, of the 2 plays today, Oklahoma City and Youngstown State, I like them equally, maybe a slight edge to the Thunder in the pros. That'll do it for Sunday. Good luck, everybody, and talk to you again soon.